What's up? It's Monday, May 9th, and if you're a regular person, this is probably the worst day of the week. You just got into work, you're in the cubicle, you got to make it all the way to Friday before you can get excited again. But if you're an NHL best bettor, then you bet against old Johnny Tavares over there in the Toronto Maple Leafs, and you took the Tampa Bay Lightning, which I said was my favorite bet of the playoffs. They were 16-0 after a loss in the last 3 postseasons. And now they're 17-0 because 5 minutes in, they were already up 3-0, and that game was over before it even started. So it was a great ending to the week. I tried to emphasize this was my favorite bet of the playoffs. It's situations like that you look for to really, like in Ocean's 11, when George Clooney says, the house doesn't always win unless you bet once and you bet big. And that was me last night. It was a great feeling, and I was super excited about it, and hopefully you guys were able to cash in on it too. As far as the other bets, the Blues, they came through with the win. It's just the over-unders that are causing us issues with these godforsaken empty netters. However, when it comes to those actual teams, and then giving the Lightning as the best bet, it was definitely a winning day for me. I hope when I say it's one of my favorite bets of the playoffs, you guys curtail your night around those kind of bets. Now, with those over-unders, almost every game's an over. And it's even more of a reason for you to go to BetMGM, because if you bet $10 on any of these NHL playoff games, you're going to get $200 if either team scores. Now, you're watching these games. Every game is hitting overs. So it's the easiest $200 you'll ever make, despite the fact that every game has to end 1-0. There are no 0-0 ties, which means you'll get $200. So just go to the link down below and register with BetMGM and use the promo code OSNHL, and that will get you your free $200 to wager on this fine Monday afternoon/night. Now, on to today. Monday, we got some situations where you got some teams in, you don't want to say must-win scenarios, but you have 3 teams who were favored to win the series. They had home ice advantage. They split the first 2 and all lost game 3. And just like you saw with the not so much the Blues because it was their home game, but a road team who's heavily favored in a game 4 under heavy scrutiny. Go on Twitter, go read the articles about the Panthers and the Flames. People are just already calling them bust, the busto-meter. They're down 2-1, and you're going to expect some good efforts from them tonight. And that's basically my first 2 bets of the night. Give me the Florida Panthers to take out the Washington Capitals. Do you know, even being down 1-2 in this series, the Panthers are still the second favorite to win the Stanley Cup? That's pretty wild. And you're getting a decent price on them tonight. I saw -180 if you want to take them by the money line. I think you're getting them -110 if you want to take them in 60 minutes. I'm cool with either of those. Whichever one you feel most comfortable. Remember, there's only been 1 overtime game in these whole playoffs, and I always use that 60-minute bet. This is even one of those scenarios. All these empty netters we've seen, think about how many -1.5s have been cashed because of these empty netters. So if you want to take the Panthers -1.5, be my guest. I normally am against that, but all 3 of those Florida Panthers across the board. Money line, 60 minutes, -1.5. Feel free. You take your favorite choice. Okay? Cool. Same goes for the Calgary Flames. They lost 4-2 the other night on a goal with like 2 seconds left that hit the over and the -1.5 for Dallas. I'm telling you, these empty netters are a revelation. These playoffs. I've never seen this in previous playoffs. You have every team pulling the goalie with 3 minutes left. It's driving every games to overs and to hit the -1.5. So same goes for Calgary. You want to take the money line. It's at a reasonable price. You actually get plus money on the 60-minute line. And then if you want to take that -1.5, if you're only up by 1, you know you're going to get 2.5 minutes of the empty net situation. So go ahead and take the Calgary Flames in the late game. The Rangers one, this is the one that worries me the most of the 3, but I'm going to have faith that they're going to be able to beat Louis Domingue with Igor Shesterkin. Shesterkin got pulled from the last game. And usually when you have like a Vezina candidate who gets pulled in a game, I'm trying to think of years past, whether it was Carey Price or someone of that echelon, it's rare that they get shelled in back-to-back games. And then when you think about the fact that the Rangers were down 4-1 in what usually is the most bonkers, hostile road environment, that first game, Game 3, Pittsburgh was up 4-1, and they blew that lead by the end of the second period. So the fact that the Rangers could come back with Shesterkin pulled, and they ended up losing in the third period, but they tied a 4-1 game before the end of the second period. So imagine you're in that situation tonight. My God, Pittsburgh came out flying again. They're up 4-1. They eradicated that lead in under the course of like 25 minutes of gameplay. So there's really no situation that you have to be all that worried that it's truly over tonight. So if that's the case, give me the Rangers. I saw last night they were slightly plus money, then it was even. Now I think they're trending to minus money. This is the only one I'm because this series is the one that smells like overtimes to me. And this is the only series that has produced an overtime for us. So I don't want to take the 60-minute line on this one. So you can either get the Rangers, I think it's still even, minus 110, or no, that's what I'm going with. Rangers money line for this particular game. And I really think it's only a matter of time before Shesterkin gets his shutout. So, man, do I want to click that under. But the unders have been throwing me jabs so far. So I'm going to sit this under out. But if you have faith in Igor to play well tonight, you can take the under if you like. But I'm going to stick with the Rangers money line. Then as far as props are concerned, the bunker statisticians at OddsShopper, you know, those guys you hear about who left Wall Street to join the fantasy sports community, and I don't even know if that's true, I just made that up kind of, they're loving Mika Zibanejad tonight. On OddsShopper, they're calculating an over 70% chance of hitting his over 2.5 shots against the Penguins, and I tend to agree with that because they're going up against Domingue. They scored 4 goals against. They're just going to want to throw pucks at the net. He's one of the Rangers' best players. Ample power play time. No reason why he shouldn't hit that over 2.5. And then I'm going to go back to Alex Ovechkin. He just missed out on the over the other day. 3.5 once again. Last game he has had 3. And what are the odds he's going under 3.5 in back-to-back home playoff games, especially when he's just ripping those from the power play? You got to like him. Also, if they're trailing in this game, which I foresee them, he's always more likely to just wing something at the net. He's a big throw it into the muck kind of guy. He'll shoot anything and everything. I want to go back to him. And you don't have to take those individually because they're 2 individual props from separate games. Many of the sites let you parlay those. So why don't you parlay those 2 together for a bet to add to the 3 individual winners I gave you? And that's your Monday night. Pretty nice Monday. If you ask me, going to go to Home Depot? I don't know. I don't know if we're going to have all the time. But I will be back with you guys tomorrow. I got a great one for tomorrow, and that's not clickbait. I really do. It's just, unfortunately, that game's not tonight, so I must wait one night. And no, it's not the Tampa Bay Lightning. But until then, good luck tonight, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Take it easy.